A cartoon
show or something.
Yeah.
What's up? Hey, Omalola. Sonya. I see Sonya's up. Hey,
And you already
Chantel.
know we are here for you.
Dana, you
Helping
ready?
you to stay blue,
Ricky,
through and
you're
through.
here.
Let's get into it.
I feel ecstatic. I feel alive.
I feel alive.
Expecting. I'm flying high.
I'm flying high.
No longer worry.
No longer worry.
My life's a breeze. I stop resisting
And
let it come to me.
And let it come to thee.
I wake up in the vortex, tuning into my source. I love his voice because it keeps me alive.
Yeah.
And when the troubles of the world are bringing me down, I just hop up on my bubbles and fly. Everything that I ever wanted will be given to me.
It 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 will be given to me.
Everything that I ever wanted will be given to me.
It 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 will be given to me.
Let me have some of that Frank. I'm in the vortex and every girl around me on the green bubble. No trouble on another level. Everything I ever want was given. Every car I ever want was driven. Black and brilliant, educated and cocky. Destined for greatness, man, no one can stop me. If you need the blueprint, just watch me. Spot back the black is not a game, black monopoly. Let's go.
I wake up in the vortex, tuning into my source. I love his voice because it keeps me alive. And when the troubles of the world are bringing me down, I just
you got to get to, man. Get up and dance your ass off.
bubbling, bubbling, you can't stop my dough.
You can't stop my dough.
Them bears in the bubbles, bubbles.
There we go.
Everything that I ever wanted.
You can stop my dough.
I got to do what I got to do.
Them bears in the bubbles.
Can I have it like this?
Come on, y'all.
Everything that I ever wanted, that I ever needed, will be given to me.
Today.
Yay! I saw Craig Mom and myself, but the bears in the bubble.
Hey,
I saw Craig Mom and myself. I saw Craig Mom and myself, but the bears in the bubble.
Everything that I ever wanted will be given to me.
Feel me.
They don't feel us.
Feel me. The bears in the bubble. I can feel it. I can taste it.
I can taste that shit.
Every morning when I wake,
Wake up and get it.
I'm jumping in my vortex, y'all.
Yeah.
To be in my boom boom room.
We already know what time it is.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. We already knew what time it is this morning, man. Welcome to a brand new day, new way, new view, new you, because every day you get up is a new day, and it's a new date. It's your birthday. It's your birth date. And you are to attack each day and imagine this is your first date with your own self. I'm not imagining my date today based on yesterday. You got that? I'm not even imagining the rest of this show based on this morning. We had some technical difficulties this morning. Man, it was some shit going on with the sound card in the computer. Somehow I figured it out, or Source figured it out, because I ain't that smart. I don't know too much about this shit. It just happened to be some we got done. But look, man, today we gonna do it like we normally do it. Y'all was waiting, man. We gonna go with the first 5. Today, the nigga that got the door open, I ain't never seen this nigga early holding the door open. Fucking Lorenzo, let's give him a Lorenzo was early to class today. 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 I can't believe Lorenzo was first. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on, man? Let's get this nigga another clap. Lorenzo.
Imagine that yesterday. He went to
Shit.
bed like,
You know what's so
I'm going to
funny?
be first in class.
Enzo be trying to be late. Right?
Yes, on purpose.
And like now he like either I'm gonna be first
early
or last. I ain't gonna be the.
I think he done strolled in on the snag. He thought we was up. It wound up the first person at the door. Everybody was coming back to check later because you know we had
Look, nah, you see what he said? Look, he
Let me
said,
see what he
I'm
say.
number one today.
Oh,
Damn
that was
it.
first.
Laughing my ass off.
Me too.
So look, we excited Lorenzo was number one. Maybe we can get him to be number 6, come in and wrap the class up one day. But check this out. Number 1 is we got Lorenzo. Number 2, we got Sister Cheryl O'Shun. Number 3, we got YOULL. Number 4, we got Master Goodies. Number 5, we got Eloris Tater. And number 6, we got Mama Anda. Mama Anda, you are the...
Who is the one?
You are the wonk, 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 wonk of the day. In order to get out of the wonk, wonk land, you're going to have to come in and summarize today's lessons. But before we go to today's girls and let them do their thing and wrap the lesson up, I'm going to put this in your spirit. Today's lesson is your images move you. Your imaginations move you. You're going to move or not move based on your imagination. And guess what? You're not always right. And guess what? You're not always wrong. It's up to you. Remember, we learned in this game, ain't no right and no wrong. Ain't no right and no wrong.
Ain't no right and no wrong.
Ain't no right and no wrong.
Ain't no right and no wrong.
You ever heard a motherfucker ask you something? They say, what you think? Come on now, we didn't move forward. What you think? Somebody will say, what you think about me doing this? They really saying what you imagining. And I want to say, I can imagine anything for you depending on how I feel at the time. What's up?
Okay, so somebody said they can't see you on YouTube. Is that I'm on Facebook?
That's an old ass comment. That's gotta be old. That's gotta be old. That's gotta be old. That's gotta be old. We can't see on YouTube. Let's see. 921. Let me stream. To check.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I could see it.
Can you see it now?
I'm going to have to go back out. Yes.
Okay, so you can see YouTube.
Cool.
That's why you're not the producer. You don't give me stuff like that. If I can see it up here, I pretty much know we good. That's how I got to go by what we seeing up here. But like we said earlier, what I was saying was imagination. Your imagination moves you. Your imagination moves you. You are going to move forward or backwards or don't move, or you're going to move fast based on your imagination, but it don't mean you're right. So it's up to you to imagine shit for your life. Stop asking everybody else to imagine your life out for you. Now it's time for what? The recap, y'all. We going back to the recap. Yesterday. Recap. It's time for the recap, baby.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah. So y'all know we in the new imagination series, you know what I'm saying? And yesterday, Master Teacher was asking us to ask ourselves, how efficient are we in the use of our imagination? He also asked us to ponder, why do we like imagining pain so much? Is this the reason why people love horror stories? Do you just like to inflict these images on yourself that keep you down and feeling funky? And you got to. I think you want to. Yeah. Okay. And what else? Remember yesterday I said, if you ain't winning, you ain't listening. A lot of people ain't listening. I love the way Master Teacher will give us a test, right? Because some people, different people are trying to do different things, right? So some people trying to manifest businesses, some people trying to manifest babies, some people trying to manifest partners or whatever the case. We have a handle on certain things and don't have a handle on others. And you may not know if you're efficient in the area or not without these assessments that Master Teacher give us along the way. So Master Teacher, I'm sure I could speak on the behalf of Sister Lynn and I don't know about y'all, but we love these damn tests to make sure we know where we are.
Yes, I like my assessment. I like my assessments. Great comment, Sister Chris. Way to come on with that wrap up. I like the concept of how we're learning what we have a tendency to do. Learning or accepting, which has been a part of class, accepting that is something that we like. We like that. We like horror. We like, it wouldn't be a whole movie genre. There wouldn't be what they call it, amusement parks and all those rides and, you know, all of that stuff that takes us through those things emotionally. We do like that. And that has to be the case. We just got to accept that. It feels better to us to feel bad, to be worked up in a tizzy, to be pacing the floor, to be running off at the mouth, because there's just an energy in that, the presence of an energy versus the absence of said energy.
That's why we got to condition
That's
ourselves.
because we're conditioned. We're conditioned to always be in an uproar and going back and forth. That's why our phone blings all the time, and we love that. We like it. They do that for us because they know we like that. We love it. So yeah, that's something that we need to accept and decide that we're going to deal with and do something about. It's okay to be okay. To be settled, to be at peace, to be still, to not have nothing going on, to be okay with chaos that could be going on around you. Like, despite all of that in the Bible, Jesus was like, Peter, come out here in the storm. It's all good. Do you believe? Do you trust your ability to maintain your frequency, stay in your lane, on your vibration, in your boom boom room when it's a lot of pink shit going on around you? So that's what I'm sure Master Teacher and Bears and Bubbles is going to teach us. You ready, Scrappy?
I am ready for thou.
You got it.
That's it, James Ingram. I am ready for thou. Yeah. Until somebody show you something to want, you don't know to want it. I seen some shit came out about 10 years ago, shocked the world up. Some white folk shit, some man sitting back imagining. That's all I'm doing with this Bears and Bubbles. I sat back and imagined some shit and said, I'm going to teach it to the world. And hopefully it shakes the world up. I'm expecting it to shake the world up. This nigga came out with some shit called love languages. How many years was that? 10, 15 years ago? I think I was with my first wife. And this bitch come to me one day and said, you don't know my love language. I said, what the fuck is a love language? She said, got love languages. One is talk. Somebody might need you to touch. Somebody might need gifts. You know, it's just this bullshit that somebody imagined one day to have a reason for somebody else not to be happy. I ain't happy. We married. I married you. I had kids by you. We've been together 5 years, and I just discovered, guess what? You don't know my love languages. No, somebody just put some new shit in your head for you to imagine. How long should you wait to fuck the guy? 90 days. That's obviously imagination, because should wait to fuck him when he marries you. Then you know you're going to get something out of the deal. So when we get introduced to some new shit to think, we got new shit to want, new shit to wonder. Right now, some motherfuckers mad because they can't do cryptocurrency. Because why? It's some new shit that they don't know about. Some more shit for me to be mad out about I ain't got. Well, don't think about it. We like to look for the bad because we don't imagine ourselves being involved with the good. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm going to talk about it today on Facebook. I'm going to do a live so y'all can tune in. This sister named Ruth told me to talk my talk. And she asked me to speak on what I wanted to speak on. I want to speak on this. The black race in our imagination. Watch this. When Trump was in office, everybody got up every day and just badmouthed Trump. And what was so bad about Trump? And all we saw was politics. Why? Because when niggas unhappy, they really happy. When niggas unhappy, they happy. I'm going to give you what I mean now. We're going to get into this. All we saw was politics every day. And I used to always list all the good shit that I liked about Trump. I can list things now. Money for black colleges, the prison shit, the black community. I can list so many things Trump did. And I would list all these good things that Trump did for blacks. And then I would tell people, tell me why you want to vote for Biden or Harris. They couldn't imagine one good thing about these motherfuckers. Tell me why you want to vote for Biden or Harris. Trump bad. Y'all hope y'all finna get this. This is our race.
Yeah.
Why you want to vote for Biden and Harris? Because Trump bad. Oh, what you saying as a race, we would rather focus and imagine on how somebody bad is for us than focusing on the good that we want. If you want to vote for Biden and Harris because Trump bad, well, what's good about Biden and Harris? Tell me. Go look for some good on Biden and Harris. If you really cared about politics, you would be right now on Facebook every day, good mouthing Biden and Harris like you was bad mouthing Trump. Black folks don't know how to good mouth nothing. I swear for God in heaven, a nigga can start a school and folks will look for the bad thing to say. A woman can get married and everybody will say she didn't shave her arm. We look for the bad things to say. Why? Because we can't imagine ourselves being happy. Why? Because we were born into unhappiness. We was born into drama. We was born into it. I say it all the time. You give a little girl some dolls and sit around the table, she'll cuss those little kids out. Fuck y'all, fuck y'all. Y'all need to pick this shit up. Get this shit. I'm tired of cleaning up behind you motherfucking children. And I'm like, oh, little girl, I just had to tell you to get this shit up. Nigga, I'm just marking you. See, what you see is what you imagine. Sometimes you got to change your surroundings. Sometimes you got to change what you're looking at. Sometimes you got to change what you listen at because words are a new thing. Words are relatively new. Images have always been here. The first motherfucker that looked up, that saw a lion, he didn't know what it was. He didn't even know to tell his bitch to run. He said, oh! She said, what's coming? He said, oh, she said, what's up? He said, that motherfucker. She said, oh, the big cat shit. Oh! She didn't even know to call it a cat. I'm serious. You have to give hand signals and images before there was words. A motherfucker sitting there, you look at your bitch, you tell her, don't move. She like, what? Don't move. You like, what? You like, don't move. She like, what? You like, she like, what? You like, she like, oh, motherfucking snake gonna bite my ass. She'll hold on. Because to her, as soon as you make that motion, she don't know that that's called a snake, a serpent. It's not called a snake in another language. But if I go to Madagascar and I see a woman out there squat down and take a shit and I want to stop her from getting bit, I'm going to say, shh. What does that mean? Be quiet, be still. She will say, oh shit, it's a snake behind me. Thank you, nigga, that don't speak my English. Thank you, nigga, that don't speak my language. You just helped me with an image, a picture. So before we knew what a tree was, what? Trees existed, we just didn't call them trees. So life don't imitate art, art imitates life. Because everything existed before a nigga ever picked up a rock and a chisel to paint it in the wall. Everything existed before they came up with a word for it. What do you mean, Javon? We love imagining bad shit because we don't know the words to imagine the good shit and ain't seen enough images to imagine the good shit. Take a little kid from the ghetto, born in the gang-banging society. What do they say? Man, if I make it to 21, I lived a good life, right? So when you 16 and somebody said, let's rob a bank, if you don't imagine making it to 21, you say, hell yeah, I risk robbing this bank at 16. Because if we get killed, get caught, I'm going to die for him 21 any fucking way. I'm going to die in jail. I ain't worried about it. Somebody gonna shank me my first week. I ain't gonna do a day in jail. I'm gonna get shanked the first fucking night. If somebody says, why do you live your life so reckless? I don't imagine making 25. Why aren't you doing anything to prepare for your children's future? Nigga, I'm 19 with 2 kids. I don't think I'm gonna make it to 21. What the fuck you mean I'm gonna do a life savings for my kids? What is the title of the message? Your imagination makes you move or don't move. You can show somebody some reality, some pure reality. Don't go down there fucking with them guys down there. Them niggas is drug dealers, gangbangers, and killers. Only thing happen down there after 12 o'clock, motherfuckers get shot, killed, and stabbed. What do you say? I don't imagine that happening to me. Let me go down there. And you can get your fucking head blown off. Were you right? Were you wrong? Does it really matter? You got your fucking head blown off. It's up to you to imagine it. You actually feel how you imagine. Because your feelings are only what you're imagining. Hey man, how you feeling? Like I'm sitting here imagining.
Yes, exactly.
You got the
exactly. Yes.
Fuck it, I'll hit the button.
Yes.
I need to have a button.
How you feeling? Like I'm sitting here imagining. How you feeling? Like I'm sitting here thinking. What you thinking about? The same thing I'm sitting here seeing in my head. I ain't even got to say nothing out loud. I'm just seeing these pictures in my head. Like that motherfucking guy, caveman, that was telling his bitch, the wow coming. He said it's trying to bite you on the ass. I'm sitting here seeing what I'm feeling what I'm seeing, thinking about what I'm seeing, feeling how I think, imagining how I feel. All that shit is one thing.
Remembering what I thought about how I felt about what I was thinking.
So when you ask that kid, why don't you try to make a better life for yourself? He said, all I ever saw was myself getting my fucking head blown off in a drive-by, nigga. So I don't have the ability to imagine outside. See, Ricky used to watch football. Ricky daddy gave him a football. You remember that? Y'all remember boys in the hood? Dope boy was bigger and stronger than Ricky. Dope boy was beating everybody up. Why was Ricky the football player? Huh?
He imagined it. He had
why
access. He had access to the images his dad put.
Dad gave him a football. Ricky's daddy won't know very well. Dope boy, the only daddy we saw in the whole fucking movie was Lawrence Fishburne, and Ricky had a kid. All those daddies and boys in the hood, 2 daddies. Dope boy, Trey daddy, Lawrence Fishburne, and Ricky had a son. They said, man, why he carry that football everywhere he go? His daddy gave it to him. His daddy gave him something. And all that boy imagined was pleasing his daddy. All that boy imagined was pleasing his daddy, so much so that he loved that football so much that his brother told him, don't bring that motherfucking football over here because them boys gonna take it. What he said, I can't imagine going nowhere without my football. Should have stayed home.
And he didn't imagine them boys taking it.
I know, he didn't imagine them taking it. I don't imagine nobody taking my ball. I don't imagine nobody goddamn taking my ball. Got over there, hey little nigga, throw us the ball. You already know what
we like, no,
Ricky.
They took the motherfucker. Ice Cube said, I told you what was gonna happen because he's older. He's seen it happen before. He said, I told you what was gonna happen. Ice Cube went over there because he loved his brother and he knew how connected his brother was to that ball. He knew his brother's future held on to that football. And he knew his future was attached to his brother. Ice Cube knew his little brother was going to be a football player at an early age. He went back. He said, hey, give my brother's ball back. He kicked that boy, got his ass whooped, but he got that fucking ball back.
Yeah.
Ice Cube never imagined playing no football because no man never gave him no football. All them other boys never imagined going to college doing what Trey did because they didn't have the daddy that Trey had. You already know what they imagined about themselves. They imagined they was going to be like Lil Chris, shot up. Lil Chris was already shot up, paralyzed. Put me in the car. I'm ready to go shit first. Goddamn, Chris. He don't care. He done already got shot up. I'm already wheelchair down. Put me in the car. I'm a bus on him. When you don't imagine yourself doing something, you're never going to do it. If you don't imagine yourself seeing something, your imagination moves you. You ever seen a white lady deal with the cops or deal with anybody? White ladies don't imagine nobody fucking with them. A white woman don't imagine nobody fucking with them. Police officer, you get your goddamn hands off me, officer.
That's right. When do they always go?
My husband got a construction business. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Because he has a construction business and he pays taxes. Okay? You get your fuck. I seen this old white lady on fucking Facebook one day. She in the goddamn restaurant with no mask on. And everybody, first of all, she said, I don't imagine a motherfucker saying a goddamn thing to me when I walk in here. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm a white lady. She sit down. Nobody said nothing to the bitch. All the customers, finally the waitress said, man, we need you to put on a mask and you leave. Get the fuck out of my face, bitch. I don't imagine nobody putting me out of nowhere. My great-great-grandfather Jebediah goddamn burnt down this goddamn man. That's his statue out there. Cops come. Ma'am, could you please get out? Black cop. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here, I don't imagine no nigga touching it. Nigga, don't touch me, nigga. I ain't going. The nigga stood there and said, I don't imagine getting fired roughing this white lady up. I need some backup.
Yes, it's all I imagine.
Preferably a white guy, hopefully 2-3 white females.
Yes.
And guess what showed up? 3 white men and 2 white females. And when they came over there, they said, excuse me, white lady, could you please get up? The black guy said, y'all handle this shit.
Yes.
He walked the fuck off. He became the security. Y'all stop filming. He stopped blocking. Y'all, I can do that. I can't go to jail.
Yes.
Y'all stop filming this shit. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. He goddamn show won't go touch that goddamn white lady. 2 things you ain't never seen. You ain't never seen no black cop shoot no goddamn unarmed white person. Why? Because he imagined what's going to happen.
Hell yeah.
Put the goddamn bazooka down, white person. Put the bazooka down. God damn it, this cracker is pointing a bazooka at me and 100 people. I know good goddamn well my old lady will kick my ass if I get fired for shooting this goddamn cracker. Put the bazooka down. Stop charging at me and these children with it. God damn it, I'm scared to taste him.
He's a man. He got no gun.
That black man start thinking about his pension, his benefits, his vacation. I promised my old lady a trip to the Bahamas. He be on TV. He a hero. Black cop, officer, you're a hero. What happened? Well, this white guy was charging at me with a knife. Before I shoot a white man, I just let him stab me. I'm stabbed up, fucked up. They said, you saved the white life today, sir.
Boy, this is, you better like, share.
And imagine that shit.
Okay.
He's not your imagination. He
Best
knows
morning
he's going
show.
to court. You did what, officer? I shot this white guy for charging at me with a knife. Put his fucking ass under the fucking jail. White people don't do it. White cops don't shoot white folks. I seen this motherfucking white lady. Let me finish the story though. This white lady, once they finally coached her, please leave. Please give a shit. She hitting the cops. All the black people in the restaurant standing back like it's a goddamn hit her ass. Throw her on the ground. I know if this was a nigga, y'all would have, because they know what they is.
Yes.
Throw on the ground. Man, y'all motherfucking cops make me say, ah! The nigga about to get arrested for disturbing the peace. Because man, throw that bitch down, man. Come on, man. y'all done shot me. Y'all done shot me by now. Shoot that bitch. Oh, and everybody is screaming. Everybody like, yo, just leave so we can eat. Now the white people irritated. Finally, they talk her into walking out the door. Well, I'll get up on my own. So many good white folks in here. I didn't even know y'all. I'll get up on my own. Don't touch me. She got up and walked out. When she got up and walked out, it's this young, gung-ho white boy. He fresh on our force. He don't know what's going on. She walking out. He done got the call. White lady don't want to come out the restaurant.
White disturbance.
Pulled up. That bitch hopped out the car. Car hadn't even stopped rolling. He tapped that motherfucking white lady so goddamn hard. She said, oh, my back and my neck. They snatched him off. And you could see a cop like, motherfucker, you know you don't get no shit. He was young, fresh off the force. He didn't know. This lady will sit here. White women will stand in front of guns because they don't imagine nobody fucking them up. Because they ain't never seen it before. They know, listen, Dr. King was marching and they was hanging them niggas. They were beating the shit out of them niggas. Now, when us white ladies went out there and held hands with them, they stopped. All white women know is all they got to do is stand there. That's all, I seen another video on Facebook. This fucking white lady, 4 or 5 white women. It was this black boy that came in this town hall meeting to speak on this black kid getting killed. The black boy was on the table. Yo, running on the table. Y'all killed this guy. This is wrong. Them goddamn cops was chasing this goddamn ass down. They had to stick out. They was finna fuck his ass up. Finally, he jumped up on the middle of the table. 4 white women went and put a circle around him. Everything stopped. 4 y'all motherfuckers. 4 white women put a circle around this guy. The motherfuckers put their guns down. Them white women know good and goddamn well the last thing you gonna do in America is touch a fucking white woman. We're in the very same way. What do we imagine? We imagine the exact opposite. So if you imagine the exact opposite, why you always pulling your phone out fucking with them? Because you like to film bad shit. You want to see some bad shit. Like I said earlier, I don't see nobody praising Biden and Harris. Because that's too much work. It's too much work to imagine good shit. It's easy to point out the bad. Trump bad. I said if Trump lose, Facebook gonna get boring. Because we need a villain. We need a villain. We need a scapegoat. Because we can't imagine that our life is a result of what?
Our
Us
choice.
and our imagination. Oh, yeah, it's somebody else. It's somebody else. It ain't me, motherfucker. How you gonna say, I thought myself in this position? I never imagined myself, motherfucker, being alone. That's all you ever imagined if you really think about it. Your imagination controls your body. Think about this. We imagine losing something more than we imagine getting it. You can get money, you can get in a relationship, and guess what? Because you're imagining losing the love of your life, you check their phone. You call them, you follow them. Look at all the things you do. You're looking under the mattress, looking in the glove compartment in the car. Why are you imagining losing something? Why are you imagining losing something? Why are we always imagining how we gonna feel the rest of our life without something? I'll give you a perfect example. And this is a real example. This is a real fucking example. Real talk. I was smoking Black and Milds. I quit them motherfuckers. That was the hardest shit for me to quit. Why? Because I know how I felt when I wanted a Black and Mild, right? What I imagined was, for the rest of my life, I'm gonna feel that feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't imagine trying to quit these motherfuckers because that feeling, like being horny. salivating for something. When I would have a nicotine fit for a black, I would be like, I want it so bad. I couldn't imagine feeling that feeling for the rest of my life. So I never tried to stop. My movement and my action was based on my imagination about how quitting nicotine was going to feel when I never quit nicotine before. A lot of us have imaginations about how things are going to be to ourselves when we've never done them before. We know that momentum, the more you do something, the better and stronger and more energy you get at it. But we don't even look at the laws of momentum that we know, because we know this first day going to be hard. This first day. You know what I did to be able to quit blacks? I went to YouTube and looked at people tell their stories of how quitting nicotine was. After I done watched these motherfuckers for 5-6 hours, I'm like, oh well, it can be done. Basically, they saying that feeling of wanting nicotine so bad that you feel is because you addicted to nicotine. I'm like, what? I never imagined I was addicted to nicotine. That's a goddamn lie. I'm not addicted. I just like smoking one when I first wake up. When I shit, after I eat, before I go to bed, before I go to the gym, after I go to the gym, before I fuck, after I smoke reefer. I had
It was attached to everything you do. And
Yeah.
watch this. Think about how. Imagine this for a second. This is the point I'm trying to make. I'm addicted to nicotine, and I imagined I'm not addicted. I just smoke one after every life event.
Yes.
That's why I couldn't imagine quitting. Because I couldn't imagine that I done got addicted to something because I thought I was strong. But why would I imagine that when a nicotine, heroin, sugar, coke, these are the most addictive substances on earth. It got me. So after I watched all these people, it wasn't 5 hours, it was a couple of hours. People were basically saying this. That feeling of craving a cigarette or a black or whatever it is you do that you can't control, that drives you crazy, you're going to have that for about 3 days. And it's going to drive you crazy like Ray off goddamn Ray. But after that, you'll never want one again. Because you're not addicted anymore.
Yeah.
Train your brain.
Yes, condition, self-conditioning.
I can see that. I didn't got the thing that got me addicted out of my system. So I tried it. Chris and Lynn will tell you, I thought I had what? When I was quitting blacks? What I thought I had, y'all?
What, the gout?
I thought I had corona.
Okay, some sickness. Yeah. Look, some sickness.
Man,
some illness.
that motherfucking nicotine coming out of my motherfucking body, Jack. Ooh-wee. I was like, great. I thought I was back aching sick. Then after about 5 days, some said, Google the side effects of nicotine. It said flu-like symptoms, quitting, nicotine withdrawal. I was like, oh shit. I'm glad I didn't know that earlier. Because I done went and got me a black and fixed it.
That's right, you was in there.
Yeah. I done went and got me a black. Oh God, I think I'm sick. Oh, that's nicotine withdrawal. Okay, give me a black. We can fix that. Now I walk around in my life. I never imagined picking up a tobacco product, got on, got hooked, then never imagined being able to get off them motherfuckers. Look at all this shit that I'm saying I'm never imagining, but am I right? Am I right? I got on them. I got hooked. I got all of them. I never imagined I wanted them 3. But what was I doing? Being around people that do it. Staff at, hey man, hit you a black, you'll be all right, everything. What's your point, Siobhan? What you about to say?
Oh, you just have 3-4 other people on the timeline that did the same thing. They imagine they quit. So testimonies, synchronicity there.
You gotta imagine the thing that's the hardest. Yeah. Because you can't do it. Because it's the fucking hardest. I mean, it's kind of just that simple. The thing that's the hardest to do, you have to imagine it in the wild first before you can do it. Because it's the hardest. You know the nigga, how long the nigga had to imagine flying? How long he had to imagine fucking talking to somebody that won't hear? I'm talking to y'all that y'all ain't here now. Look how easy this shit is. Somebody thought about this shit and wrecked their brain and imagined this shit for a long time. Do y'all guys know why we have a hard time imagining the things that we want and it's easy? I'll explain to you the example I gave earlier. It's just so easy. We're lazy. Pet is so-so. We're just lazy. Lazy-minded, lazy everything. You know, it's so easy to say, I'm gonna vote for Biden and Harris because Trump bad. Ain't that easier than going and find some good shit about Biden and Harris?
Yeah.
Well, that's how we do in our lives. We just imagine the bad.
Yeah.
We just imagine the bad. I remember imagining how sick I was going to get from being so fat because I wasn't ready to get up and work out. I had imagined myself in the hospital with diabetes getting my leg cut off because that's what I seen. I'm trying to tell you how strong momentum is and how strong your mind will get when you imagine. Good or bad, up to you. I imagine myself getting fucked up at them nightclubs, so I don't go. What is it there for me? Quick point. The club ruined the world. The club ruined the black race. Quick point. Because everybody, when they imagine meeting somebody, where you imagine meeting them?
Club.
At the club. It ain't never been like that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like, them people of the night, they ain't worth a fuck. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody down there but single women and whores and men that cheat on their bitch. Mm-hmm. So a woman back in the day, the place that everybody met was church. It was the only place that everybody went from every socioeconomic status. A girl could be a poor farmer's daughter and she could meet fucking Johnny Cochran down at the goddamn church. You know that's Johnny Cochran Jr., he going off to college. Or when you go to the club, what you gonna meet? Somebody just like you. Motherfuckers is bored and lonely, ain't got shit to do on a Friday and Saturday night. Think about that. Let's think about that for a second. Now we 40, 35, and you going to the club Friday, Saturday night. You don't do nothing with your kids on Friday, Saturday night. You that old, you bored and lonely, you going to the club and gonna meet the same motherfuckers you gonna meet. Mm-hmm. But guess what you doing? You imagining you gonna meet the love of your life at the club. Mm-hmm. You not. That don't mean there's nothing wrong with you imagining. That white lady never imagined them cops were gonna slam her ass on the ground. But they did. What you imagine is gonna be how you move. What you imagine is gonna be how you don't move.
Yeah, that's good.
What you imagine is gonna be based on the people you're around, what you've seen. You have to decide in your mind how to move on your imagination.
Yes, yes.
Stop asking motherfuckers for advice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like you saying, hey, can you write a hypothetical situation for my life that may or may not happen? I'm going to say it again. Can you tell me a hypothetical situation about my life that may or may not happen based on how you're feeling right now? And that will appease me. Well, nigga, I'm angry and mad. I imagine shit. I think if you leave and go get that job, your wife gonna fuck around on you like all bitches do, truck drivers. Nigga, you a truck driver. Your bitch gonna fuck around on you. My homeboy bitch fucked around. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you asking people to imagine with you? They imagining with you based on what they've seen in their strengths and weaknesses. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about imagination and seeing into the future. I wouldn't want to do that.
Boom, 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 boom.
But your imagination is your look into the future. Can you see into the future in real life?
No.
No.
So it is the imagination.
What you looking into the future with?
Imagination.
So why do you choose to look into the future? You're choosing to look into the future and write your own hypothetical story about what may or may not happen that actually vexes you.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
We are, that's mentally ill.
Yes.
Mommy, could you tell me a bedtime story that's gonna make sure I'm scared to go to sleep? And when you walk out of the room, I'm gonna be scared and up all night. That's the kind I like to hear, Mama. Tell me something that's gonna have me scared to go to sleep. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. That is us. Give it up for the master teacher.
We wake up, hey look, we wake up and tell ourselves stories that's gonna have us scared to live the day. Just woke up 6 o'clock in the morning. Just woke up and then told yourself all the reasons you don't need to get up out the bed and lay here and feel bad and wonder how God, yeah, man, yeah, today gonna be bad. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the fuck the day it is. Traffic gonna be bad. I might get fired. I know I ain't got no money. My credit card ain't gonna work. Might be in an accident. Probably gonna be my fault.
Oh my gosh.
Woo. Listen, I just gotta say this. People be like, me and Jay and the husband, what? I'm addicted to this man's and bubble shit. You better fucking know this shit. I'm on this shit till the fucking wheels fall off. I don't give a fuck about no marriage. I give a fuck about mental health, because you can't be nobody's wife, mother. You can't be no human being without no motherfucking clear mind. So trust and believe. That's what you're seeing. This motherfucker right here is just like, he giving us life. And the sad part is that this is the shit that people know. We know it. We shouldn't need nobody to tell us these things, but however we do. So since that's the case, we have to really give it up for the master teacher and the way that he done got on the motherfucking ground with us, took us all the way back to the crib to make us understand how easy and fundamental these ideas are, and how we know we live in it with different things and not put, switching it to other things. So I just had to shout that out, because this shit right here, it's all about the just when you know that's what it is. It's like, no, it's this motherfucking imagination. But yeah, you hop in, Lynn, and I'll make a comment.
I'm right there with Chris. I got chills and they multiplying. Yeah, so I song go singing, Chris. I got chills and they multiplying. Yeah. So then, and it's the bubbles. Yeah, that taking control. The bubbles, baby. Them bubbles, baby. Them bears in them bubbles. I'm telling you, I wake up to bubble up, and that's for real. Because the issue is, and I learned this about myself from a youth, like it is, and I used to think it was natural. Like I'm innately negative. The first natural instinctual thing that I will gravitate toward in thought and in conversation is a negative comment. I found that to be true
100.
in my life. What's that?
100%. Go ahead. I'm just agreeing.
Oh, okay. So then, and it came from also, I'm blaming at this point too, but just looking factually from my environment. So it's like, okay, I had to make a literal, definite, deliberate switch. And even though that thought might come still, in training every day and in through all life scenarios and situations, it's like you still get the opportunity to choose. You still get the chance to decide. You still get to imagine, use my imagination from that place, bubble up, think something different, so that now it has become a greater, stronger muscle to think positive and look for the positive. I had to exercise and practice that. And even my first thought, not say anything until I have formulated a positive thought. And somebody said that on the timeline, we conversate with ourselves more than anybody else. And that's so true. So that conversation is so important, the one that we're having with ourselves, and it stems from the images and the sights and sounds and all the other senses or vibrations that we tap or don't tap into. And what I love about the lesson, and I'm gonna finish, is that master teacher was like, we get to decide if that image is negative or positive, because on the timeline somebody was like, they imagined the worst thing possible that made them move to quit. Like, I imagined death and I quit, versus somebody else was like, I imagine life, like having a kid, so I quit.
Or fucking better. Because I know my dick worked better. That's something I didn't know. When I got off them goddamn black, I didn't realize. I was like, why my dick so motherfucking hard? Then I started looking that up, and they was like, oh, nicotine restricts your dick from getting hard, pretty much, blood flow. I was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. But let me say something real quick, and then Chris, you got it. And that's why I was saying, laughing at Lynn when she was saying think negative. Lynn is the most positive person about life and daily. But when it come to her, boy, I was talking to Lynn, and Lynn grew up in a house. Her dad is a college professor. Back in the day, they got video camera footage of her. And she'll say some shit like, yeah, my parents didn't let me go to the parties. They did it. And I be like, you got had a motherfucking daddy, you 6'2", goddamn it, said, I couldn't be a cheerleader. And then she started
or do gymnastics.
Then she started to realize, she's like, yeah, what you say, why your daddy, now that you realize why your daddy wouldn't let you be a cheerleader?
Yeah, because it didn't dawn on me that here I am. Well, first of all, the explanation that I got was that I was just too young. It was an inappropriate space for me to be in. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's a kid program. I'm going to be with other kids cheering on other kids. But what I didn't understand was that we're the girl cheerleaders cheering on football boys, okay, but they're being coached by grown men, and there's going to be men parents in the stands, and I got the longest legs my daddy ever seen, and he like, I'm not trying to see that under a skirt, and have you out there in that environment flipping around, and you got young, first of all, boys, period, and then every degree, every age level of a man possible is gonna be at our football game. So yeah, I didn't get it, but he was like, no.
Think about
and
this.
The same thing with gymnastics. He was like, you're not putting on no makeup and wearing them short skirts and had them long legs flipping around on stage somewhere, getting under a boy, I'm just like, I can't help it that I got long legs. You made me. How is this an issue across that I got to bear?
Hey, his true blue said, look, I'm an old man. We used to fuck them 15, 14-year-old girls back in the day.
Or talk about them, or bet on who gonna fuck them.
He like, my first wife was 14. Mama Anna, come on in here and talk to us. He had to feel different.
Hey, hopefully I don't have an echo. I'm in a stairwell.
It's a little bit, but it ain't too bad.
Okay, cool. Great lesson today. Definitely about imagination. I have 2 examples of how imagination works in your life. I commute. I drive 82 miles one way to work. And I used to get so frustrated and angry at the traffic. And it would always be a traffic jam. It would always be a backup. It would always be a problem. And one day it just hit me. Stop complaining about the traffic. And I started saying, I'm on a safe passage. I'm on a safe passage for work. And when people would start driving crazy, I would just say, oh, they don't know I'm on a safe passage. And I just let them go on around. But I stopped being in so many traffic jams. I stopped attracting bad traffic. Bad traffic. And something that tickled me when you was talking about, you watched about how to stopped smoking cigarettes. Well, I've been on a health journey since October 1st. I started out walking a mile a day. I'm up to about average of 2.5 a day as of this week. But what I started doing in January, people have been watching it forever, and I wouldn't watch it, and I was heavy. I started watching my 600-pound life. It changed my life because I was like, oh, hell no. I do not want that shit for me. And in my mind, I want the person that I see in my head. So I want to look like that person because when I look at pictures, I never saw the person I see in my head. So now I want to see what that person looks like. And so it has just been an amazing journey because foods for years that I said I did not like. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I love that shit. Sweet peppers, mushrooms, all kind of stuff that I wouldn't even eat.
Your
I
body
would
will
just look
start,
at it.
your body will start asking for real shit. Let me ask you something since you said
Yeah.
that. Since you've been on your journey, we talk about momentum. Like when you first started walking that mile and you got tired, you didn't imagine yourself walking 5 a day, did you?
Not 2.5.
Okay, that's the point I'm making. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying standing up. She
Oh, I
walked a
started
mile.
out
Go ahead.
2 weeks. I started out 2 weeks earlier. The first day I walked, I could only walk a quarter of a mile. I thought I was going to die.
That's my point. Now, as you kept going, now that you've walked 2.5, if I say to you, Mama Agna, can you imagine yourself walking 5 miles one day? What will you say?
Oh yeah, for
See what
sure.
I mean?
Yes.
For
See
sure.
what I mean?
Yes.
She had
Yeah.
to imagine trying, and once you get out there, momentum more and more and more and more. I couldn't imagine one day without a black and mile, but after one
Right.
day, I got better, and now it's been a fucking long ass time since I had a fucking black. But y'all,
Yeah.
that's some notice. I had never told y'all never seen me smoke no black. That was my most embarrassing habit, my most embarrassing thing. Like I used to laugh at people that you smoking cigarettes, you don't even get high from it. Ha ha ha! I used to laugh at motherfuckers. But now
But
I
I used to,
realize that shit
I
do.
never thought I could drink a gallon of water a day, but I drink a gallon of water a day and I started out a bottle at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Build a momentum to it. Imagine it. Think about it. You know, we get to thinking about the wrong things. We get stuck in the past and we can't move forward. I used to never travel, but I travel all the time. I'm going on a trip tomorrow. I didn't have the money for it, didn't know how I was going to get there, but everything worked itself out because I love to travel. So that's in my boom, boom room permanently. Oh, I need to take another trip. Where I'm going to go? People just start inviting me to stuff.
A lot of people
It's
don't
amazing.
realize that momentum, these words like emotion, energy, motion, momentum, your motion goes on your mental. You know what I'm saying? You will move more and more as your mental increases. That's why I say first step, mental health clarity. Be okay with where you are because you thought and made every decision to get right there.
That's
Stop
it.
playing. Once you
Yep.
stop blaming, your behavior will change. Once your behavior changes, you will manifest differently. We are all manifesting. We are all thinking, acting like we're and then manifesting on how we act. That's,
Absolutely.
that's what's happening. I appreciate you, my
All
mom.
right.
Hey,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you.
I wanted to add about when you said
Go
the
ahead.
club, and hip hop, and I was watching this. It's a series on there, like with hip hop, all the different people that influence hip hop or whatever. And because I was different religions, I have a. It's like I heard the music, but I have a disconnect with some of the cultural things that people did in the youth. But anyway, what I realized though is that most people in most humans beings are average. Let's say it like this. When I say average, right? Then you got athletes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You got artists and stuff, the people we see as like gods, right?
Mm-hmm.
These people, they come in here, we think they not like everybody else. That's why we are drawn to them, right? What you have done is gave the common man the cure to not being jealous of who they are not.
Exactly.
To live their true life and let the entertainment entertain them because they are okay with, I don't want to say average in a bad way. What I'm saying is the middle child syndrome, the brown paper bag. You ain't light or dark. We right here in the middle. It's more right here in the middle people, and we're the people that got the time that be on Facebook. We're the people that was at the club, letting the materialism of hip hop outweigh the message of the original hip hop, because for the first time we could put an outfit on and somebody could see us as something else where before you couldn't. You get what I'm saying? And it went hand in hands with people that was selling drugs and stuff like that. So I mean, again, I just have to give it up for what you're doing. And I feel like this, if anybody is watching this and you can't see past your personal see past your imagination about who you think we are, to share this, give this gift of life to person, you're the devil, you're the Satan, you're the evil in the world. And that's why we stuck.
Well, say for example, what I want to say is like, I swear to God, people think I'm crazy, but this isn't my imagination. Like I imagine, like I actually sat down and I looked at philosophy, I looked at psychology, I looked at chemistry, and I looked at psychology, philosophy. I looked at these sciences and these disciplines and created these colors. And I actually imagined somebody saying, motherfucker, you don't know what you're talking about. Break that down, break that down, break that down, break that down. This, that, and the other, this, that, and the other, this, that. Now, how you gonna say this about your ego? This, everything I've said has been consistent.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I imagine this, and I imagine that this is going to be my livelihood. I imagine that this is what I'm going to do. I don't know in what capacity or how it's going to be done. I just know I care about Black people having mental health clarity. I really don't give a fuck if you have a boyfriend. I don't give a fuck about if you have any money. That I care about you having mental health clarity, because you have mental health clarity, you're going to modify your behavior, and then you're going to manifest all the other shit you want. So what we as Black people, we used to somebody saying, give me something to deal with being fucked up in the head. Give me something that'll help me deal with being poor and broke and down. And that's what we've always done in the Black community. Not always, but now we have taken self-medicated through our poverty. You know what I mean? These poor communities we live in, we fuck and have babies and we do drugs and we drink. But back in the day, our people imagine themselves in a better place. No one starts a Black Wall Street. We had Black schools, Black grocery store, Black doctor's offices, Black everything. Nobody can have that and manifest that shit walking around talking about, well, we was just former slaves. We was just slaves. We was just slaves a year ago. No, them motherfuckers was like, okay, we off the plantation. One thing we used to is goddamn working. So we know that cracker had a war to goddamn keep us. We off the plantation. We know how to work. And guess what we don't expect? We don't expect them motherfuckers to give us nothing. So we went out and did it out. See, right now we imagining they're gonna give us too much, you know. And let me say this before we get out of here. I was talking to Lynn this morning. Bring it in on me, Lynn. This is some crazy shit. But a lot of our unhappiness got to do with what we want. I was sitting here thinking, I said, your true blue needs companionship, food, and shelter, right? Shelter is free. You know a motherfucker can go sit under a tree for shelter. A motherfucker can go pull some limbs off a tree and make some twigs for shelter. A lot of us work 8 hours a day for our shelter. Work 8 hours a day for our food. I'm going to have a less good shelter. I'm not going to have the best mansion shelter in the world that I got to work that hard for. I'm not going to want to drive the best car that I got to work that hard for. Let me finish. I'm not going to work that hard just to eat. Because at the end of the day, everybody just getting in their car, going into their house and eating. I cannot be stressed behind that. No, good God. Yeah, I cannot be sitting where, hold on, so you mean to tell me you work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to live in the house that you live in? So you only really get to enjoy your house on probably Sunday for a few hours. I wake up and enjoy my house all day. It ain't quite as big as yours, but I ain't got to work as hard to enjoy it. Go ahead, Chris. I just wanted to say that because I want people to start realizing that some of our problem is that we are spending too much money and wanting too many things too early, too soon, that we know that we ain't supposed to have right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just adding to that when we was talking about relationships, and I'm like, it's a lot of women putting stress on a man for things that didn't even used to exist in society the same way we didn't have the problems with the cell phone, that we have now. And so, and you're depressed because you can't maintain your relationship, but the desire, the root of the problem is a made up thing. It's not a real thing. It's a real society thing, but it's not a necessity thing. People are not, I think that it's blurred. Like, I think people think that they wants or needs. You know what I'm saying? You don't just want something to eat in the morning. You need a Bojangles biscuit. But what if you can't get there? Now you on the way to work, like you got to come in the job with a Bojangles bag because y'all meet in the break room. And everybody got Bojangles bags in Starbucks. You get what I'm saying? Now you got to be almost late for work because you don't want to have to be in the break room with nothing. Now that's extra bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you got to really assess where you are and what's happening.
Yeah. Look, and you got to get up early to dress cute because you're not going to go to Starbucks in your, halfway Monday through Thursday clothes. You're going to go on your Freakum Friday clothes. You know what I'm saying? To go into Starbucks, yes. Or you're going to be late in the drive-through because everybody's going.
And
so it's just the stress. Yes, exactly. All of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And that's why we're crazy, because you're putting yourself on the overload. We're being constantly marketed to. It's still our fault, though, because I know we're aware. You get what I'm saying? When you self-medicating in one way or another. But great lesson.
And it's our fault, like she said, because we could say no. We can push away from the table. We can turn the TV off. We can put the parental restrictions on the computer for the kids. Like, we could totally protect ourselves because we do it when we have to. When somebody fucking with you, you like, get the fuck from around me. Somebody fucking with your kids, you like, get my kids out of there. Get out of there, Rocky. So we know how to move when we want to move. It's just a matter of picking and choosing how to move. Let's go.
Celebrate your body.
Look here, family.
And enjoy your
We sure appreciate y'all coming out and letting us share our art with y'all. Because we believe
supernatural travel
art is life.
We live color pride.
There must be life. Because life imitates art. Woo! And we just want you to live your best life.
Where we go.
Decorated with all kinds of colors. No lace fronts and no makeup, and choose who you want to dance with. Live life and love. Yeah. Celebrate every day. Like it's your birthday, an anniversary. Just keep it funky, baby. Yeah. Celebrate your body.
Y'all already know what time it is, goddamn.
And enjoy your mind. All parts of your mind. Come on, family. Find a way to keep winning. Woo!
Supernatural travel.
Supernatural travel.
Live colorblind.
They'll take you where you need to go. In them far recesses of your mind.
Let's go to a place where we go.
And it's just you by yourself.
Nobody knows.
We call that the boom room. Yeah. You got all your favorite
Celebrate
vices.
this life we know.
You drink. You look for snacks.
And
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Do it. That's how you do it, baby.
Celebrate your body. Once again, family, we appreciate y'all for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to the dopest show on earth. This is my least happiest part of the day. Signing off from you good guys. We love y'all, and we pray that you love us. Share this show with somebody that needed. With somebody that needed.
Yes.
And please, cash app us. Cash app us. We need you just as much as you need us. Believe me, if you think you need this show, I promise to God, Jesus, Satan, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, Beelzebub, I promise we need that fucking cash app just as fucking much as you need this show. We love you guys. We love you. Don't be the one that don't contribute. It's not equal gifts. It's equal sacrifice. Sacrifice what you can this week.
As a baby.
Yeah.
I got to do it. I got to do it again. Baby, I got sick this morning. The way would ride.